think we need a few more recorders. Oh, great, yeah. Just need like 5 more.
Miss Wilson, you're one of the funniest people alive.
Thank you.
I'm glad to see Fat Amy sing while paddleboarding. That was really interesting to see.
Yeah, I had to like really hold my core. Because I'm standing up, I didn't want to fall in the water, because then it'd take like 2 hours to reset hair and makeup, and I'd have to do it all again.
Yeah, very kudos on that. Now my question, your makeup session with Adam, how many takes? Did it get awkward? How did you keep a straight face during that?
Adam and I have had a long history of making out. Actually, before you'd seen us in Pitch Perfect, I came here on his show Workaholics. And on the very first scene we did, I didn't even know him, we made out and he felt me up. It was, so weirdly we always had this strange chemistry, and in the first movie there was never any subplot that something was going on between us. We were just, of the large ensemble cast, we were just the 2 characters that really had a strong, we were both writers and improvisers, and so we would just always make up this little stuff in between us and try to get it in the movie. And then that developed into Kay Cannon writing the love storyline for us in the second movie, which was really cool. But a fun fact about that make-out sequence is that they noticed after filming that my pants were actually a bit see-through. So a lot of the making out, rolling around on the ground and stuff had to be cut. We actually went for like about 7 minutes. So we were going for like an MTV Award Best Kiss, because it's all about the trophies. And it had to be majorly cut down because you could see my underwear through the see-through pants.
The stunt work in this is, the level has been raised in the sequel. Did they tell you about
very
this?
physically demanding.
Yeah.
Movie. I mean, the first one we had a lot of dance and high energy choreography, but this one really was something else. So for the aerial stunt sequence in the beginning, I trained for 5 weeks with my coach, Aloysia. She's been in a large number of Cirque du Soleil shows in Las Vegas. And I didn't think I'd be able to do it, but if I couldn't do it, they couldn't get a stunt double that's my size that does it. They're all like real skinny minis. And so it was either I do it or it doesn't. That's not the opening of the movie. So I chose me doing it, even though I'm afraid of heights and not that flexible. Decided, I'm going to go for it. And it took 5 weeks of stretch. You have to bend your back in like really strange ways and hang from your butt for the one move after I do the death drop and hanging like that. And it's really tricky. Like even if you guys just try hanging upside down, to hold it for more than like 45 seconds is pretty, you really do have to train for it.
You live in Los Angeles now. I'm just wondering, how has that transition been for you? And do you miss home? Do you get to go home often?
I do miss Australia. I try to go back, obviously, at least for Christmas, because that's like the best time of year in Sydney. But I just get so busy now in America. Basically between working as an actress and a writer, I work like every day. So I try to get back there, but I've always loved America and obviously always wanted to work here. So I'm culturally, I think, very, very American. So I just love LA and love that I get to live here.
You drive?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I have to drive. Well, Sydney's just like LA. We have to drive everywhere. You don't like get on the train. I just love it, and I bought my first property now in LA, so I'm really making a cool home base there.
I don't know if you've ever gotten a note from a director, go bigger, go for it in this scene. Do you always kind of know exactly where to start to make the comedy work?
No, I don't get a lot of go bigger. I think it's hard, like when I first started acting, I was a stage actress and training as a stage actress. And then when you make the transition to screen, you've got to kind of tone it back a little bit. So it's always this fine balance about getting the right energy. sometimes the way I deliver jokes is really low level because it's really deadpan, and I'll just throw something like that level, and often the sound guys will get like, oh, we don't know, can she do it again but like a bigger level? And I'm like, no, because that's not how I deliver the jokes. So this is a weird technical thing, sorry. I don't know, it's just a feeling you get, because you want to try to be natural when you're on screen, especially in films, but then you've also got to give it some kind of energy as well.
Hi, how was Denmark, and did you have the opportunity to do something fun or visit something over there?
You know what, we didn't actually go to Copenhagen for the World Championships. That's movie magic. We actually were in New Orleans French Quarter to do the scene where we've arrived in Denmark. And the finale, the outdoor finale, was actually shot in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, in 110-degree heat. We shot a whole week of that, and I lost 10 pounds in sweat just in that week because we did the routine about 100 times. It's about a 4-minute routine. I was sweating like a bush pig back then. It was bad. It was really bad. They had huge industrial fans, handheld, that were about that big, that they would just come and blow you after the routine so that your makeup wouldn't go everywhere.
Hi, you're always a joy to watch on screen. So I'm wondering if other young girls come up to you and you inspire them to do more. And the second part is, I really want to see you Private Benjamin. What's the status of that?
Okay, so I think the Pitch Perfect obviously has such a great girl power message. We're 10 girls in the group, we're all different sizes, nationalities, all different backgrounds, and yet we come together to like create something really great. And I have noticed I have a lot of young female fans, and I think what they're tapping into is that Fat Amy and obviously myself are very confident in our own skin, and that kind of inspires them. Also, I guess on a personal level, I'm all about like what's up here and not necessarily what's on the outside. And I think that is a really good message, especially for young girls to hear. And the fact that someone like me from the western suburbs of Sydney could become an actress in movies who didn't look like a regular actress, and that I can make it, I think gives a lot of hope to other girls who are really creative and not necessarily follow the standard of what some people consider beauty to be. Private Benjamin, that project is still in development, and we're looking for the right director right now. But I know obviously I'm going to get a lot of heat when this movie comes out and crushes it at the box office, hopefully in 2 weeks' time. So we're looking to set that up. But finding the right director is so important, especially because that property is such a beloved property. So we want to do it right.
Are there any Australians here in Hollywood that you would like to work with? The Hemsworths, Jack Courtney?
Oh yeah, I've already tried to work with them. They're like really busy. Guys, like with all Australians, can't you just like not do the other Hunger Games and do everything with me? Like that's not even a joke. Like I have tried. Who I talked to recently, Russell Crowe. I think he's a really good actor, and and I've made terrible jokes about him in the past, but he still likes me. I think I'd love for him to play my dad in something. I think that would be like really, really funny.
Is it a myth that you guys all hang out together now?
I mean, we do. There's like sometimes there'll be like one Australian actor's birthday, and then you go there and it'll be just all Australians who are actors there. And it's weird, although my main base is all Americans or my friends, because you can't, I left Australia. I can't just like hang out with Australians all the time. I do find it weird that Australia is a relatively small country compared to everybody else, and that yet per capita we have probably the most successful actor ratio to population. It's so weird that we do so well, particularly in Hollywood.
Hi, I'm Samira from Finland. It's great to see you here. I wanted to be an actress when I was a kid, and they told me you're too big. And I gave up my dream, so
They were wrong.
I got you. But anyway, since your trademark is, being a big, voluptuous girl, woman, and you have to train a lot. How do you keep the weight? Because, in general, the
It's
actors
actually
are like,
surprisingly easy.
yes.
No, you're right. Obviously, I am larger than most actresses, but I never want to promote being unhealthy. But you have to have so much stamina, because when I work 16 hours a day. Something like on Pitch Perfect, you're singing and dancing like for 16 hours. It's very physically demanding. So I actually work out like 5 times a week, and I have a personal trainer. Because if you're not physically strong, you just can't have that energy on set all day. And there's so much that you don't see that we do in the movie, like at the camp retreat. There's so much physical stunts and stuff that you don't even see. But I just think actresses can be of all different shapes and sizes, but you do have to. It is a profession, and as an actor, your body kind of is one of your big tools. So yeah, you got to be fit in that sense. But I eat a lot of dessert, especially after work. so I haven't had a problem with like rapidly losing too much weight. Yeah.
One of my favorite scenes is like when you're rubbing off the confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Now, have you always been such a
Kendrick love that.
Have you always, you're obviously very confident yourself. Have you always been so confident? And if not so, how did you become that
No,
confident?
I was very shy as a child, bordering on social disorder. I think I was very intellectual. I was lucky to be good at schoolwork and stuff, but that didn't make me like the coolest. But I remember reading somewhere where they said, if you don't change your personality by age 15, that is the personality that you were going to be. And I really was the girl that would get very red-faced, like if I had to answer a question in class or that kind of thing. And then I thought, you know what, I just got to get over myself, and I could be like the other girls, the other popular girls, and I just need to push myself a little bit, and I just started doing debating at high school where you have to talk, or public speaking where you have to talk, and I would literally force myself to do it to get over my shyness. The good thing about being shy though as a child is you become very observant, because you're not really actively participating, you're sitting back watching everyone, and I think that's really helped me as an actress, because I'm good at observing people and then copying them for comic effect.
That's all we have time for. Thank you.